When you meet your person, you don't just think you found them, you feel it. Quietly, steadily, without needing proof. At first, you might expect it to look like fireworks or chaos or intensity, that rush people talk about, but this isn't that. It isn't about instant chemistry or surface attraction. It isn't about their job, their status, their height, or how impressive they seem on paper. It's not a checklist you can logically explain or defend to anyone else. What you feel instead is something calmer, something more certain. It's a sense of recognition, as if some part of you is finally exhaled. With them, connection doesn't feel forced or performative. Conversation flows naturally, without effort or strategy. You don't rehearse your words. You don't worry about being interesting enough. You simply talk. And when there's nothing to say, the silence doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't need to be filled. It feels safe, comfortable, almost meaningful in its own way. You notice how easy it is to be yourself around them. Not the polished version, not the guarded version, the real one. You can share your thoughts without softening them, your fears without embarrassment, your dreams without feeling naive, and they don't rush to fix you or interrupt you or turn the moment back toward themselves. They listen to understand, not to respond, not to win, not to correct. You feel seen, not in a dramatic way, but in a steady, consistent way that doesn't disappear when things get quiet or inconvenient. There's no pressure to impress, no need to pretend you have it all together. You don't feel like you're auditioning for a role in their life. They accept you as you are right now, not as a project, not as potential, not as someone who needs to change to earn love. And that acceptance does something unexpected. It gives you room to grow, not because you're trying to be better for them, but because you feel safe enough to be honest with yourself. They understand you in ways that don't always need words. They notice when your energy shifts. They sense when you need comfort before you even ask. Sometimes all it takes is their presence, a touch, a look, or simply sitting beside you to make things feel manageable again. You don't feel judged for your flaws. You don't feel tolerated. You don't feel like you have to hide the messy parts of who you are. They see your strengths, your struggles, your contradictions, your quirks, and they stay. With them, love doesn't feel loud or dramatic. It feels grounding. On difficult days, they don't make the chaos louder. They bring calm. On heavy days, they don't dismiss your feelings. They share the weight. And on ordinary days, the ones people usually overlook, everything feels a little more meaningful. Sharing a meal, watching a movie, taking a walk, sitting together without doing much at all. Their presence adds depth to moments that used to feel routine. The ordinary becomes enough. You realize this love isn't about perfection. They don't expect you to be flawless. They don't need you to be fixed. They see beauty in your imperfections. They embrace the parts of you that others misunderstood or ignored. And in doing so, they show you something important. Love isn't about finding someone who completes you. It's about finding someone who chooses you fully, honestly, consistently. And you do the same for them. You don't lose yourselves in each other. You don't erase who you were before. Instead, you bring your experiences, your lessons, your scars, and your growth into something shared. Over time, you understand that finding this person wasn't random. It wasn't luck alone. Every experience that shaped you, every disappointment, every heartbreak, every hard lesson prepared you to recognize this kind of connection when it finally arrived. Even the pain had a purpose. It taught you what love isn't, so you could finally see what it is. With them, things don't feel rushed. There's no pressure to prove anything, no constant fear of losing them. You simply build, day by day, moment by moment. This love feels both powerful and gentle. Strong without being overwhelming, steady without being dull. It's built on trust, respect, compassion, and shared values. The kind of love that deepens over time instead of fading. And eventually, you realize something quietly profound. This person isn't just part of your life. They belong in every chapter of it, not because they complete you, but because they walk beside you. Through the highs, through the lows, through the ordinary days that make up a meaningful life. And in their presence, you understand that love isn't about perfection. It's about acceptance, commitment, and choosing each other again and again. When you find your person, you don't feel like you found everything. You feel like you finally found home.